Anywhere you like. Okay, class. As you remember last week, we
Hi,
section
I'm SpongeBob.
Hi, SpongeBob. I'm gonna kick your butt.
That joke was almost funnier the second time.
No, I mean it.
That time it almost seemed like